Welcome back to the channel. We've got some more Super Bowl or Smash attacks for you guys in Legend League today. Of course, I'll be describing everything I do with my thought process and some tips on how you can break bases down that you find in Legends. As always, if you enjoy the video, please do leave a like, give me some feedback in the comments. It goes a long way to help me understand what to do better for you guys. And yeah, that's about it. Share with your fellow clashers if you find them that helpful as well. Let's just get into some attacks. For our first base today, we've got this box base kind of a setup. So let me just pause it real quick so we can have a look at the base and we can kind of see what it is that we want to do and what it is that we should not be doing. So definitely maybe if you guys have seen my recent videos, you're probably thinking like one thing we can do is probably queen charge the town hall and then push our bowlers into the core like that. But that's actually not a very good option on this base, because if you see, most of the defenses which are threatening are on the far flanks of the base and we don't have access to them at all. And if you notice, we also have this void compartment over here, which is pretty far away from the rest of the other heavier defenses on the back end. So despite the closed walls near the town hall, I would recommend not doing a queen charge on the town hall for this specific base. Instead, I would categorize this as one of the more spread out box bases. So we just need to try to find a way such that we have maximum access to most of the heavy defenses on the bases. So we don't need to necessarily try to push into a specific area. Just try to identify a path which allows you to take on most of the heavy defenses, because on these kind of bases, as long as the path is well defined, your healers will be able to keep up with the damage no matter what happens. There's not enough damage on your bowlers to ever pose a huge threat. You can use your rages very late, I should say. There's like even these rage towers, it's just covering like literally 2 defenses, and the monolith, it doesn't really improve the monolith too much. But yeah, so overall I think what I end up doing is I start with a warden walk over here. It's free. There's no reason to not do a warden walk. It's very light. There's no heavy defense. There's no heavy storages in the area. All the storages are near the town hall and in the scatter shot compartments. So the easiest thing you can do is have a warden walk for this area. So I'll mark it a bit better so we can understand what to do next. So I'm thinking like a warden walk to just funnel out this much of the base. So that easily sets us up to go either towards the scatter shot or towards the town hall. And obviously, like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the scatter shot approach, and that should force us to try to make an approach into the core of the base. So yeah, that is more or less the plan. As for how we handle the bottom area of the base and the town hall, actually I'm going to do something very interesting. So because it is such a well spread out base, you can approach for the spam style smash, because there is never going to be enough damage at any specific area on the base. So after I do this warden walk over here, we can actually spam a lot of stuff along like this. So you'll notice that I try to focus my bowlers to go in over here, because they just get good bounces outwards towards the entire rest of the base. So from here they can damage the town hall, maybe from the multi inferno they can put some damage onto the scatter shot. Maybe they might even end up damaging the eagle, the X-bows out over here. So definitely just ideal for them to be in the core. And you can see that this area is actually pretty light until we reach the ricochet cannon and the X-bow. So I will be using my queen to funnel over here. So my queen will go over here, my king will go in with the smash, and yeah, let's just see how the attack goes. I don't have a plan for the town hall, but you'll see that I'm going to do something very interesting for it. I have not talked about what it is that I'm going to be using as a siege machine just yet. So I'll just fast forward a bit through the initial part and let's just see what I end up doing. So you can see like I'm taking advantage, like the compartments are all closed, very easy wall breakers for us. And that's it, I've dropped a flame flinger at the top. I waited for a bit so that the mortar is tanked by the warden and the flame flinger has a better angle of approach into the multi-archer tower. Now what this is going to do for us is, you're going to notice, like I've already started like the wave, you can kind of see it forming, like the queen is handling the area at the bottom of the base. And there were a lot of Teslas over there, I did not expect that, but it is what it is, like it's Legend League, you can't really do much about it. And now you'll notice what I'm going to do over here, it's a neat trick. I have frozen the multi-inferno tower with the monolith, and now what this allows me to do is, I can drop the skeleton spell on the town hall to actually activate the town hall while the multi-inferno is frozen, and that should allow my flame flinker to grab the town hall all by itself. It's a good thing I did not use the skeleton spell at the beginning, because the multi-inferno tower would not have been able to let my skeleton spell activate the flame flinker. And as I was talking, I have already deployed my royal champion with the queen at the bottom, and sure, they are all alone, but it's worthwhile to just use a rage on them, because as I was saying, the base is so spread out that you don't need too much of support on your super borders, and just helping your queen through the entire bottom area works out really well for us. And you can see how well this is already shaped up for us. There's almost nothing left, we just have the multi-inferno at the very end. There's nothing to help the town hall kind of heal back up. So overall we're looking pretty good, I would say. Yeah, so whenever you have like spread out bases like this, try to just find a good way towards the core of the base where you can have like good bounces go throughout the entire base, and definitely try to opt for those spammy approaches on these more well spread bases, because the base cannot handle it when you try to attack it from multiple different directions. So that's a 3-star for us. Let's just get to the next one. Okay, we've got, I think this is also like a Town Hall 15 layout repurposed for Town Hall 16, but he hasn't done much with his rage towers, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so the rage tower is not very useful, but I still prefer an approach that goes from behind the town hall area on this one. So you'll notice I've already started setting it up. Basically I'm going to do like a queen charge into the town hall like this. I can break this wall open for the super bowlers to get in, and you can see like this is just perfect for a flame flinger, the way I've dropped it. So now the flame flinger will path like this, and it'll go towards the mortar, and the mortar is touching the scatter shot. So that's a good setup over there. And you can see that because I started my queen off to the side like this, I'm kind of creating a funnel like this, and I will use my king to handle this entire area. So this much of the base will be gone with the king. That will allow my bowlers to come in like this, and then I'll just place a jump right over here. The reason I didn't go from this end of the base is, I'll just pause it so we can like talk about why I didn't approach from the bottom. It's because there's like a lot of storages over here. There might even be a Tesla farm out over here, which makes it very difficult to actually funnel your bowlers into a specific area, and you need to keep your bowlers together so your healers can actually heal all of them at the same time. And moreover, if we try to deploy wall breakers, it's just possible that you may not end up breaking this wall. It is possible that, suppose if the wall breakers died a bit earlier, like over here instead, you would actually end up making your bowlers leak out to the side somehow like that, and overall the base is trying to force you to use your jump early, and then that does not give access to the town hall over here. And there's an invis tower as well over here, so it could make your bowlers keep pathing towards the flanks. We also have the enemy heroes over here, which could even deter that pathing for your bowlers even more. So there's just many ways that this base is trying to make your bowlers split off to the sides of the base and trying to force that 1-star. But by queen charging the town hall at the very beginning, and you can see like this gauntlet is so good. Look at that, it's amazing. It just cleared everything through the wall. Like the king was actually never in the compartment, but he just created such a good funnel. Like the bowlers have literally almost like nowhere else to go. The flame flinger opened this wall, but it's not too much of concern. You'll see how much force goes into the core over here. I have popped my warden ability. We've got pretty much everything that we needed to catch, and you can see like just bouncing from behind the base. Look at it, it's so lethal. Like, we actually never targeted any of these buildings. It was just the bounces that destroyed all of them pretty much instantly. And our ice golems are still alive. They're just going to pop like literally as the attack is about to end. This is such a strong setup because we are not dependent on the ice golems at the beginning. We have a queen charge at the beginning, and that actually allows the ice golems to be saved for the most toxic area of the base, which is that core. So definitely a very, very, very strong approach. The royal champion is again pretty much just doing cleanup. A swag queen ability, a swag royal champion ability, and another boot freeze for us. Okay, that was an easy triple. It was a bit complicated because of knowing a bit, like you need to know a bit of some queen charge fundamentals, like the ability to pass your queen in like this. It was a very simple setup. I just dropped a baby dragon over here, which forced the queen in through this open corner, and I knew that this wall was breakable just because this wall is long enough and we have a building touching it right over there. So just a few fundamentals over there that I'm trying to help you guys understand, which form the entire core for this attack. But that's fine, like we can just see like this is an easy approach, and let's just get on to the next one. Alright, so this is actually, these base layouts are actually probably very tough for super bowler smashes because of how unsymmetrical they are, and if you have to fight them in Legend League, it can be very disorienting because it's going to be so difficult to form a plan in just 30 seconds. We have to identify like what the core of the base is, how we want to push our bowlers through the base. So overall, it can be very, very challenging. So on these kind of bases, the first thing I can recommend is try to find a place where you can just start a warden walk, because the warden walk takes some time to set up, and that actually gives you 30 extra seconds, at least 30 extra seconds to decide what you want to do with your bowlers and how you want to push them forward. So what I noticed over here was I can just have a warden walk starting like down over here, very, very short one, nothing much to do. And I just want him to tank this ground X-bow, and then I can have an flame flinger targeting this area. So what that does is, now that I have that established, like this is a light warden walk I should say, because I do not need any rages. It is simple, it is obvious value which will help me in the long run. So I am making sure like this much of the base is handled. So now that I have that set up in my plan, I also know that I'm starting my warden over here, which will force me to use my bowlers to come in over here. So now I need to start thinking in that direction. Like how can I push my bowlers from this edge somehow to reach the town hall? That is all I need to think about. And if you notice over here, there's a lot of open walls. So suppose I dropped a wall breaker over here. I can see that this is a closed compartment, and I know that it will try to target this wall right over here. So we can try to take advantage of that. Like if I drop a wall breaker right over here, it'll go like this, and we can actually break open this corner pretty well. So we need to take advantage of that. We need to see for those closed compartments inside the base, so we can abuse the wall breaker AI and try to make them bust open walls in the best spots possible for us. So that being said, I also noticed that this flank is actually filled with heavy hitting single targeting defenses. So I can make big use of a skeleton spell, say around over here, or maybe early even like over here. It depends. So that is definitely a good thing that my queen can pick up. If I just send her out over here, she can do an amazing job with the funnel. Maybe I can use my king to go inside over here. And honestly, if I can just have the bowler stick to this lane inside, if I can just kind of push them into this area, so I can just, all I have to do is just drop a jump spell like right over here, and that gives me access to the multi inferno over the wall. They can get some bounces on the ricochet cannon, maybe not destroyed, but at least some bounces. If they target the builder huts, I will trigger the invis tower early, and then they can just pass through over here and they can handle the town hall all by themselves. So overall, that is more or less the plan I had for this base, and you can see how it shapes up. So I'll just fast forward the beginning because I've already talked about how I was thinking about it. So whenever you see anti 3 style bases, you can even see like the countdown is running. I definitely took all 30 seconds to figure out where to start the ward and walk, because these bases, nobody has ever seen them before. And you can see how I'm trying to break open the corner over here, as I was talking about earlier. And you can see that I dropped the flame flinger as soon as the ground expo started targeting my warden. And yeah, I've already started doing the queen with a yeti on the wizard on the outside. The king will go inside, and that's just perfect. Like, look at how this is being set up. I'll go back to 1x speed. You can see like I broke open this wall now. That allows me to place a jump, as I was talking about earlier. And once again, like the king, the queen, everybody is doing such a good job trying to keep the bowlers into the core. And that skeleton spell, as I talked about near the monolith, because the king ended up tanking the warden statue. So overall, this is looking amazing for us. I might need my queen ability as well, and you can see how those bowlers are doing a good job in the core. I popped my warden as late as possible. The bowlers did a good job tanking the damage because they were stuck in a poison spell. And you can see over here, like, I'm just doing the best that I can to try to get the town hall down. And this is working out pretty well for us so far. You can see the plan is looking pretty solid as we expected. Like, I just wanted the bowlers to get the town hall. I did not expect too much more from them. They've already done their job. And yeah, now we'll have our entire clan castle. We still have the unicorn with her we still have the queen with her unicorn, and we're just now going to deploy our royal champion, and she's got a rage as well with that year 2 who's going to just come in and help out. So overall, this is looking really strong for us. And you can see like they're just deleting the entire area with that rage. So perfect timing for us. Like, it was a tougher base to handle, but definitely like resource management, a good plan. If you can get all of that down, then you can grab 3-star on any style of base, trust me. So that's another 3-star for us. Let's just go to the next one. Okay, I'm sure everybody's seen this base before. I think this is a base that Itsu has built, but again, like, it's Legend League. These kind of bases are meant to stop the attacks that are most commonly used. We're just gonna have to deal with it. So one weakness that is there on this base that we can exploit with our bowlers actually is we don't need to attack this compartment at the very beginning. Instead, what I can do is I can have a flame flinger running over here like this to kind of target the area. So you can see how I'm planning on doing like a warden walk to help just create this much of a funnel. I'm just waiting a little bit. I have not deployed the healers yet. I was hoping to get a better angle of approach, but I did not want to take the risk anymore. So there's usually a Tesla farm near the mortars as well. Do try to pull out all the Teslas. Maybe there are some skeleton traps. So I think everybody knows that this is just such a good spot for a flame flinger. So they will try to protect it with Teslas and stuff like that. You just have to deal with it by pulling them out with your smaller troops. Nothing much for us to really worry about over there. And you can see like I have broken the intersection actually over here. I have broken this intersection. I have not broken a specific compartment, which gives access to both of these compartments at the same time actually. So that means I would place my jump like this into the core, and you can just see how this is nicely shaping up. So if you're worried about too much damage on the warden from the multi-archer tower, just start some other smaller troops so that they can share the damage, and your warden will be safe. So there's no need to really worry too much. And you can see it is already shaping up very nicely. The skeleton spell to distract the monolith, warden tower, and the single inferno. And then we have our ice canvas pushing right into the core, freezing everything up. That's just so perfect. And you can see those bowler bounces are so lethal. They're already dishing out so much damage on the other side of the base. And as always, we've popped the warden ability right as the town hall explosion is about to happen. The royal champion to come in from the bottom with the rest of my smaller troops to help finish off the enemy king. And you can see in like most of my smash will path like this. Sometimes the king will join, sometimes he won't, and the royal champion will help clear the rest of the base like this. And the flame flinger has already handled most of this corner. So the bowlers had like a very thin path to really go through like this, and you can see how we are creating that wave like motion through the entire base. And you can see like the royal champion is more or less keeping up with our queen over here. Once again, like I still have my queen ability and I still have my royal champion ability, because the flame flinger did a good job taking care of like this side of the base. The bowler bounce has already weakened up this area of the base as well, as we were targeting the defenses over here. So overall, it's a good synergy. If you can do it, then as much as possible try to create that cross tanking between your troops. That, along with the good path for your bowlers, is usually the key to success on most bases. Alright, I think I'll do like 1 or 2 more attacks for you guys. So let's just get into the next one. These kind of bases are actually my favorite. They can be very annoying to attack. I'm pretty sure a lot of you find this style of base extremely annoying to attack, where we've got like this toxic town hall compartment, and it's very difficult to form a good path to approach like this into the base. Like, I agree, it is very annoying. These compartments are set up such that they try to make you keep roaming around the base. If you try to approach from the far end, it's going to be very resource intensive to create a funnel to go from the far end of the base, if we have to approach like this somehow. But I have a wonderful way for you guys to handle bases like this, and it's going to make these bases look so silly. You will not even believe, like, it's actually so easy to handle bases like this. Now we actually have the giant gauntlet on the king as well, and we're going to take complete advantage of that. You'll see just what I'm going to do. So what I'm actually going to do over here is I'm going to try to set up a flame flanker to just damage this area of the base. I don't expect it to take the town hall. Do note that I'm not expecting it to take the town hall at all. There are many builder huts in the area. You can see there's like all 5 stacked right near the town hall. So I do not expect it to take the town hall. I'm just hoping for it to kind of help me clear some of the infernos around the town hall. And I can actually have a warden walk that is like maybe clearing this much of the base, so the flame flinger can easily pick up that value for me. What that does is it actually sets me up to go with my bowlers in over here. But you're probably asking, like, this is such a thin entry point, how can I possibly create the funnel for me to enter over there? So first of all, I'll tell you why I'm trying to enter over here. So if I can get access into this compartment, let's just see what all I have access to. So if my bowlers get into this compartment, right, I'll have access to all of this. They can bounce outwards to this entire area, the eagle, all the X-bows as well over here. And once again, as they pass through over here, it's just, there's no reason to not try to force the bowlers into that thin channel over there. So you'll notice that my wall breaker pathing is also going to be very wonky. So I'm actually going to use like 1 wall breaker to open this archer tower compartment right here. And then if I use a second wall breaker from the same spot, it will actually target this corner over here. So I'm just going to do exactly that, and then I'm going to actually create a very strict funnel over here. So I need to clear out a lot of the buildings out over here to force my bowlers to go in. So rather than me talking about it, I'll just let you guys see how it is that I do that. But once the bowlers get into this channel, this thin channel over here, you're gonna see, like, it's just gonna be so fun. Like, there's no way that this base survives. So yeah, you can see I've started my warden. I've tried to put him in a spot such that he tanks the mortar as well. There's usually a bunch of skeleton traps and Teslas in the area. Do be sure to pull them out all the time. And yeah, you can see I've started the flame flinger in a spot that is good enough to get it the best possible access towards this area of the base. If I had placed the flame flinger closer to the warden, then he would have the flame flinger would have gone off to the left, but I wanted it to try to target this area before it does that, because I do not want these walls to get open. And you can see now the flame flinger is going to go for the bomb tower instead, which is actually perfect for us. And you can see I've already started creating the funnel that I was talking about. So yeah, there's a second wall breaker, it breaks open that compartment. And you can see I've already started the queen to pull the warden. I don't really want any more value honestly from the warden. The flame flinger will handle that entire area, and now I'm gonna have the king kind of go in to rotate like this. And once again, the moto is creating that wave-like motion. You can see how the cross tanking is coming up over here. So my smash is going to be moving into this compartment, my king is moving into this compartment, and because he has the giant gauntlet, he can easily deal out so much splash damage to deal damage across the entire compartment. It's going to be insane. Sure, like my queen is stuck on the wall and I have the single inferno over here, but you'll see just in a second how this is going to be such a broken base in like maybe 30 seconds. So now just look at the giant gauntlet go to work in a bit, and I've popped a warden ability as well because I'm just waiting for the healers to transfer ahead, and you can already see like this is so broken, it's like ridiculous. Like where's the base gone? I couldn't even finish one sentence, and now I've just used my jump spell right over here to get back into the town hall, and you can see how we've broken the base down. The flame flinger has handled this entire area, our bowlers have handled this entire area, the king has gone around up the top. Let me just zoom out a bit and redraw it. So the king has handled this entire area, the bowlers are moving in, they have handled this entire area, the flame flinger has handled this, and now we're jumping back into the last remaining bit which is there, which cannot do anything against us. If you see my spell bar, you can still see I've still got one rage. Like there's no way that this is going to be able to survive. Like it's so stupid. Like look at that. Those bowlers are lethal on bases like this. If you can define that path for them, and if you have a plan for the town hall, there's absolutely no way that these bases can survive. And you can see like this is just a done deal already. Like I couldn't even finish my sentences and the base has already gone. So yeah, I think these are some good ways you can use bowlers. I probably covered a lot of unique ways that you can use bowlers in this video. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stop over here for this video. Of course I'll come back with another video tomorrow, hopefully, with some amazing tips once again. So if you guys do enjoy this style of content, please do give me feedback by either leaving a like or saying something in the comments. I do appreciate criticism as well. I'm always looking to try to improve my videos to help you guys. But that's about it for me. If do share with fellow clashers, leave a like, maybe even subscribe if you keep coming back. But yeah, that's all. Have a great one, guys. New Year's is coming up. Do remain safe and have a lot of fun. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.